Hey folks, what's going on? Welcome to Coach Gav Live, episode 37 with me, your host, Coach Gav from Condition to Fitness. Straight off the bat, I want to apologise if there's any background noise from the stereo. Just a few of the guys are finishing up a session here, so just letting the music play on for them. Premier League started back this weekend, which is awesome. Love having soccer back, not long till NFL comes back, and my life is pretty much complete. But before I get into that, I want to talk about something from earlier on today. You'd have seen a post from our Instagram that also came up on Facebook about me. I was in a carousel. It was from last week when myself and Frey went to Bray for a holiday. And I was basically having a bit of a rough patch today, okay? And the post, firstly, none of our posts are designed, or the purpose is to get attention or to get sympathy or anything like that. It's to raise awareness, and it's to open channels of communication and to open conversations about certain topics or to provide information. And that one in particular was one that, it's okay not to feel okay, and it's vital to go and to talk up and to speak up, and it's even more vitaler to go and develop systems and methods where when you do hit these lows in life, because guess what? We all go through them. It's a part of life. There's highs and lows. There's probably more lows than highs. Now, I'm talking about just having, imagine like with your TV signal, where the signal temporarily goes fuzzy like that. It doesn't mean the TV's fucked. It just means the signal is temporarily off. So when you're feeling down or off or whatever, you don't automatically go, oh, it's depression, because that's disrespectful to people that actually have, kind of actual depression or actual anxiety. You can feel depressed, you can feel anxious, you can feel sad, absolutely. And this is all coming from someone who's been there. So this isn't me talking on my arse, all right? So I just want to address that post now before we get into things then as well. And obviously for people watching on YouTube, just go onto Instagram and Facebook and see the post. It'll all make sense. But what I would say is that no matter what's going on in your life, there is always someone to talk to. The first step, the first time of going and talking is always hardest. It doesn't necessarily have to be the person you're closest to in life. Sometimes it can be quite hard. I know I've struggled to be open and honest with the people closest to me in my life. And this is something we'll talk about on a more regular basis then as well. So, because social media is great, but it's a snapshot of people's lives. It's like they, oh my God, look how tidy this one room in my house is, and everything else is a fucking mess. Okay, you're only going to show me the really nice bit, but you're not going to show me the entire mess right behind you. And there's a lot of pressure, and there's a lot of just a lot of issues that come from that pressure nowadays, because we've so much more access and insight into others' lives and they're going on. It's like, oh my God, that's so perfect. Even for me as a trainer, there's pressure. As a guy, as a young single man in my 30s, as a parent, there's all these different pressures then as well that you see, all these expectations and things like that as well. So, but what I would say is that no matter what's going on, always go and talk to someone, and then go and have your systems and methods that when you do feel down, you can kind of start building yourself back up then as well. I have a couple that I'm not going to share, not because they're not private, but not because they're private, just because they work for me, and they're pieced together over years of doing different courses and spending time with therapists and things like that then as well. Just talk, okay? We spend so much time communicating, let's actually talk, okay? But the actual message of today, well, the second message of today is, are you letting this one assumption ruin everything in your life? Just because something looks one way on paper doesn't mean it's actually how it's going to unfold. The Premier League started back this weekend, and Chelsea faced Burnley in one of these Saturday afternoon games. Chelsea, defending champions, one of the wealthiest, one of the better squads in all of Europe, against Burnley, a reasonably decent lower tier team in England, probably will battle for a relegation this year to stay out of trouble. On paper, Chelsea were going to kick the fuck out of these boys. Chelsea were going to go off on them. It was at Stamford Bridge, it was at home for Chelsea, they had a few signings, they're missing a few players, but nothing major. And then the game itself unfolded, because much like sports, life itself doesn't play out on paper. It doesn't play out with all these ideals. Well, ideally, well, this will happen, and then this, 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 and then poof. You go, well, this has happened. React and respond. This has happened. React and respond. That's happened. React and respond. And like that, a match. On paper, it reckons the odds reckon one thing will happen. And then the match itself will start. And literally like that, 15 minutes into the game, Chelsea had a player sent off. That was unexpected. Slight advantage to Burnley. So maybe the Burnley players are thinking, okay, well, maybe we're going to get the draw here now. And then as time goes on, Burnley, instead of trying to sit back, to kind of push on. Johnny, catch tomorrow, do take it easy, all right? So Burnley, first of all, they had the man advantage, and then as the game started to expand, they ended up getting another advantage. They went a goal up then as well. So now they had two advantages over. Extra man, extra goal. Things are looking pretty good. But you can never assume that kind of Chelsea were done and dusted or kind of being ruled out. Then game unfolded some more. Second goal for Burnley. Third goal for Burnley. Second sending off for Chelsea. And at this stage, the Burnley fans are probably thinking, well, holy shit, this is unbelievable here. Burnley went on to win the game 3-2, okay? At the start of the game, at the start of the season, when they get the fixture saying, here's who you're playing, I can guarantee you, even the most optimistic of Burnley fans would have found it very hard to believe that they were going to go to Stamford Bridge, the home of the champions, play them on the first day, and get the win. But they still turned up, just because on paper it looked like they were going to get the shit kicked out of them. They didn't just lie down. They said, we're going to knuckle down, we're going to battle, we're going to fight, we're going to play, we're going to chance everything they can. Even with the one-man advantage, there was no guarantee. Even with the one man and one goal advantage, no guarantee. Okay, 2 goal advantage and a man advantage, things started to get better. So as the game unfolded in real life, it got better. So, and I know myself that when things have looked one way on paper, when I've been expected to fail or when I've been expected to screw things up, in my mind it's like, well, should have expected me to screw up, so I'll just fucking screw up anyways. As opposed to saying, no, I don't care what the expectations are, I'm going to go and live to my potential. And that's been one of the biggest differences in the last 18 months, is that living in reality. So living in reality instead of perception. So what's actually going on? What's actually happening over here? What can I work with? As opposed to going, well, it's kind of like this. No, this is exactly it. Here's how much we have coming in. Here's how much we have going out. Here's how well the members are doing. Here's how well all these different things are as well. And that's where a lot of us go off track in life, is that we let these assumptions or these preconceived notions, and most horribly, other people's assumptions. A lot of people have put labels on me over the year, and I've a small diary at home, and I've got a list kept. Not that I need reminding, but I've a small list kept, kind of going, okay, I know that. I mean, it doesn't bother me. Again, Freya's opinion is pretty much kind of the main opinion, really. Once she's proud of me, that's kind of it. Well, actually, no, my family too. But people are going to put labels on you. Let's say you come down here and you join the crew here at KSF. People be like, oh, sure, Jesus, you always start and stop this. Sure, you won't stick at that. That's people putting labels on you. That's people making assumptions. That's people looking at things on paper and saying, oh, well, sure, she'll never stick at that. That'll never work. Sure, she'll never be any good at that. Oh, sure, you're mad trying that, And it's such an Irish thing, and it's such utter bullshit that we think because things have always been one way, they always will be that way. It won't. You can get up and change it. And you're watching someone right now that has done it. 3 years ago, this place was a pipe dream. This building itself wasn't even a dream. I wasn't even looking at this unit. I didn't even know this unit existed in Newbridge. And slowly, bit by bit, by bit, by bit, by bit, it's taken 3 years. But we are where we need to be, where we want to be. And the same can happen for you. When you stop living your life boxed in by all these assumptions that you believe about yourself, other people force upon you. Oh, sure, I'm from this town, or I'm from this part of town. Oh, sure, my family have always been this, or sure, it's always been this way. That's cool. If you want to go and live that mindset, live that way, that's fine. That's awesome. Knock yourself out. And as I always say to people in here, the hardest thing you'll ever change in here is the muscle in between there, the organ in between there. Change your brain, change your mindset, things can go. So the question is, now, don't get me wrong, Chelsea could face Burnley 100 times and the odds will still be Chelsea be the favourite. But, the thing is, the odds may not be in your favour. That doesn't mean you can't succeed. And guess what? Sometimes the odds will be in your favour. You'll be the Chelsea in that situation. And you won't perform to your potential. Or shit will happen and you come out losing. That's going to be life too. I've had many situations where it looked like, oh my God, this is it. This is our big break. We're fucking sorted now. Can start paying all my bills. Can start living life again. Can stop reusing cat litter. That's a true story, by the way. That's how bad things got. Okay? And then looking like it's going to happen. Expectation. On paper, this is going to come true. And the arse falls out of it. So you can either sit down and whinge and moan and bitch, or you can deal with the reality and say, okay, here's what the situation is. Let's go get it. It's that simple. Right, folks, take it easy. And I just really want to hammer home here. No matter what's going on in your life, there is always someone to talk to. It could be a complete randomer. That's what the Samaritans are there for. There's plenty of agencies out there. Go and talk to someone. And go and work. But like, don't just treat the symptom, treat the cause. If you find out that you're constantly in that loop of highs and lows over and over, just press stop. Not in this video. Press stop and fix what's causing that loop. And that's where I had to go with it. I had to go back and stop the loop of highs and lows the whole time. And now I have, like I said, I have my systems, I have my methods, I go and I do a few things. It kind of helps me get back on track. Folks, take it easy. God bless. I'll talk to you tomorrow night, alright?